Students, today we will start lesson 1 from our EVS term 2 book about plant life. Okay, in this lesson here you will learn about a lot of plants, different type of plants. So all this type of plants, it can be big, medium and small. All this type of plants are also living things like us. Why? Because they produce food by themselves. Children, when we look around us, we will see different type of plants. Alright, you can see big tall plants which are called trees. You can see some small plants which are called grass. Alright, let's come to the first point, types of plants. Do you know what is a tree? What is a tree called? Those plants which are big and tall are called trees. Okay, why they are called trees? Because they have thick woody stems. Thick woody stems, which means the stem of those trees are very big, tall and very strong, and those stems, it supports the whole part of the tree. For example, big trees like banyan tree, coconut tree, apple tree, mango tree, all these big plants are called trees. Okay, keep in mind that. You can see clearly in the next page about those big trees. See here, those are some plants which are very big, tall and strong. They are called trees. Let's talk about another type of plant, which is about shrubs. Shrubs are plants that have medium height and many branches. They have thin stems. Shrubs live for a few years. Tea, jasmine, rose and hibiscus plants are some examples of shrubs and bushes. Plants like trees, shrubs, herbs, climbers, all these plants are very different from each other. Big tall plants like golmohar tree, banyan tree, coconut tree and many other big plants, all these type of plants, they live for long years. Okay, plants such as rose flower, all these are called shrubs. Or tea plant, these are all shrubs because they have medium in height, and this type of plants, they have many branches. Since these plants are medium in size, they have a thin stems, but those thin stems can easily support the other parts of the plant. And this type of shrubs plants, they live only for few years. Some examples of shrubs plants are tea, jasmine, rose and hibiscus plants are called shrubs and bushes. Next is about herbs. Herbs are very small plants with soft and thin stems. This type of plants are very small and are very light. For example, herb plants are coriander, spinach and mint are some examples of herbs. This type of plants, they can survive only for months only for a few months. Besides trees, shrubs and herbs, there are some other kinds of plants which are called climbers and creepers. Let's come to know about climbers. When we come to know about plants like climbers, this type of plants, they are very thin and they have very weak stems, so they need a support to grow or to climb up, which they cannot grow by themselves, and so they need support to grow upright on their own. Such plants like grapevine, money plant, pea plant are some examples of climbers. Next is about the creepers plant. Creepers plants such as pumpkin, watermelon are some plants which are called creepers because they creep or they crawl and spread along the ground. Okay, so this type of plants are called creepers. Let's learn about birds of a plant. Here in this page you will see about the parts of a plant in a plant. So when we study about a plant, we can learn different parts of a plant such as stem, branches, leaves, flowers, and fruits. All these type of plants, parts of a plant, usually grow only above the ground, and this type of system, plants part systems, are called the shoot system. Okay, and the parts of a plant, that is roots, which it presents under the ground, are called the root system. Look at the diagram clearly. It shows clearly about the parts of a plant. Now let's learn about what type of works performed by those special parts of a plant. I will read out. The root absorbs water, minerals, and other important things from the soil. It also holds the plant firmly in the soil. So what is the special function done by the root system? When we give water or pour water to a plant, those water will be absorbed by the underground parts of a plant, that is root, and so after receiving the water and absorbing the water, the roots hold the plant firmly in the soil. Next, the stem carries water from the roots and food made by the leaves to other parts of the plant. So those water which were absorbed by the roots will be carried by the stem from the roots, and also it carries food made by the leaves to other parts of the plant. And green leaves these green leaves make food for the plant with the help of water, air, and sunlight. And these flowers, later on, they will produce fruits and seeds. And from these fruits and seeds, again, it will grow into a new plant. That is about the special function of a plant which were performed by the different parts of the plant. Okay, we will talk about uses of plants. Life would not be possible without plants on the earth. Yes, of course. It is impossible to survive for living things like us or animals. It will be hard to survive in the earth. Just imagine if there is no plants around us, we will be lack of oxygen. We will not get enough air, or we may not get food also. So plants are useful to us in many ways. Let's learn about it, okay? When we talk about the plants, we will say plants are very useful to us because it gives us food to eat. Just look back to this page again. If we ask here, don't take these plants particularly, but you just imagine the plants which we eat. Okay, is there any parts of a plant which is not eaten by us? What do you think? The answer is no, because every part of a plant is eaten by us. We eat different parts of plants as food. We eat grains, cereals, pulses that comes under the seeds of a plant. We also eat the leaves of a plant, which are spinach, coriander, mint, and cabbage. All those comes from the leaf of a plant. And bananas, mangoes, papaya, and apples are the fruits of a plant. We also eat the root of a plant, which are radish, carrots, turnips, and roots. We also eat the stem of a plant, that is sugarcane, potato. So those foods, it comes under the parts of a plant. Like I told you, Plants are useful in many ways. Plants are not only to eat, but there are some plants which gives us fiber, wood, and help us to make clothes, furniture, and so many other things. There are so many other important materials that plants provides to us. See here, we get gum, rubber, and paper from plants. We also get many different kinds of oils from plants that are used in cooking and for making soap. Birds of a plant, such like flowers, they have a very pleasing fragrance, which are used for making perfumes. Some are medicinal plants, which are used to make medicines. We also get beverages such as tea, coffee, and cocoa from plants. Okay, these are some important materials which the plants is providing us for our daily basic needs. Plants are not only giving food or providing materials, but they are also very important for the environment because trees provide shade on a hot sunny day. For example, while doing our work on a sunny day, if we get tired, we need fresh air and shade, isn't it? So during that time, plants can give us shade. Since plants make our environment beautiful, we should advise others to stop deforestation and start planting more trees, which will help us in coming future. And so students, starting from now, let's protect plants and let's plant more trees. Okay, that is all about the lesson. I hope you learned something from our